Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Stand up for your country and don't panic. All right, bad day for the world, bad day for the USA. We're going to walk through it, but panic is bad. Clear thinking is good. So this is round one of the new Cold War, which is here to stay for a while. All right, it's back. And there's not going to be any détente for a while. Putin's not going to surrender for a while, but he's not going to win. China, big wild card on the sidelines. All right? So this was just an incredible display of arrogance by Vladimir Putin, disrupting the entire world by invading Ukraine with 175,000 soldiers. We've seen it before in history. But we have not seen an invasion like this since World War II. If you can imagine that. So we're working on 80 years, we haven't seen stuff like this. Putin does not care, and that's a key. All right? You can't reason with him. This isn't a rational move. There's no justification for it. He is a worldwide pariah, as President Biden said today. That is true. If you support Putin at all in any way, you are suspect. Now keep that in mind, because there have been pundits and politicians who have supported Putin. Now, I don't mean saying that he's clever or this or that. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you think that Vladimir Putin is an honorable human being in any way, okay. So let's run this down very methodically here, so you understand all the implications, because it will affect you, people who are watching and listening to me right now. It's going to directly affect you, your life. Putin's action in faraway Ukraine, where most people don't even know where Ukraine is. It's going to affect them all, okay? So the Russian stock market today, and remember, Russia is a primitive country, right? People there don't have many assets. They live week to week. But there is a business structure in Moscow, all right? And the gangsters, the oligarchs, the people who surround Putin, they make billions. So the Russian stock market was down by about 40% today. 40%, half of its value vanishes, all right? So the estimation is that $70 billion was lost by Russian companies today. An example, Sberbank, one of the biggest Russian lenders, is down 72% because they can't get capital. And this is going to continue. So the Russian economy is going to go into a depression, not a recession, a depression. And so be thankful you don't live over there. Gazprom, the giant gas company, all right, that was down 40% today as well, because they're not going to be able to sell as much gas to the West. They still will sell some. They shouldn't. And I'll get to Biden in a minute. All right, they shouldn't. But there's a necessity they'll sell some, but not nearly as much. Okay, and the ruble, that is their dollar, the ruble, record low, all right, for the ruble. So if you have Russian dollars, you can't spend them anywhere else but in Russia right now. Nobody's going to take your rubles. All right. So in the USA and other Western markets, the stock market was down. It's been down. We all got hurt. All of us who have investments got hurt. All right. And I think it's temporary. And at the end of this broadcast, in my final thought, I'm going to have some advice for you. I think it's temporary. But in Russia, it's not temporary. That's the difference. Okay, so crude oil hit $104 a barrel today. It's down, backed off a little bit, but remember, it was like $30 a barrel when Trump was in office. So we're going to be paying by the end of the summer for a gallon of gasoline here in the USA about $5 on average. So get ready for that. And that's going to doom the Democratic Party. is absolutely going to doom it. So again, everyone in the world is affected by this action that Putin, one man, has created all of this pain and chaos, not to mention a loss of life. You know, we don't know how many Ukrainians are dead, how many Russians are dead, soldiers. We don't know. I mean, there's some reporting, but not a lot. And so, but does Putin care about any of this? He does not. And that is a key. And I'll get to it in a moment. So President Biden, an hour and 20 minutes late again for his speech to the world. That shows no discipline on the part of the White House. None. It's the second time this week. Hour and 20 minutes late. All right, so it's more sanctions. That's what it is. Here's soundbite number one. Go.
We will limit Russia's ability to do business in dollars, euros, pounds, and yen to be part of the global economy. We'll limit their ability to do that. We're going to stunt the ability to finance and grow the Russian military. We're going to impose major, and we're going to impair their ability to compete in high-tech 21st century economy.
Okay, you know, I don't know. You don't know. Biden doesn't know. He's going to slap all of these economic sanctions. Can they get around it? I guess Putin can get around it. He needs military stuff. He'll get it from China, tech from China. You know, but what else is Biden going to do? Now, he didn't knock out the SWIFT banking system from Russia. Should have. That's where you can send money anywhere in the world quickly, right? That should be out. But he didn't do it. And none of the pin-headed press, you know, you got to ask him, why didn't you do that? I'm sorry, somebody did, if I remember correctly, and he said, well, we did worse things. Well, throw that in. What's the matter with you? Why are you holding that back? The invasion is the invasion. All right, second soundbite has to do with the banks. Go.
We've cut off Russia's largest bank, a bank that holds more than 1/3 of Russia's banking assets by itself. Cut it off from the U.S. financial system. And today, we're also blocking 4 more major banks.
All right, well, that's good. I mean, don't give him any dollars or euros. He wants yen, fine. All right, that'll hurt. That'll hurt the Russian economy, but it will take time. And again, Putin's sitting on about $600 billion in hard assets. That's what he's got stashed. Okay? That's not going to do the Russian people any good. He's not going to give that to them. But he himself and his oligarchs and the military generals, they'll get paid because he's got that reserve. So keep that in mind. And then Biden pivoted into NATO. Go.
As I made crystal clear, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory with the full force of American power. And the good news is, NATO is more united and more determined than ever. There is no doubt that the United States and every NATO ally will meet our Article 5 commitments, which says an attack on one is an attack on all.
All right, so that's a strong statement. He's saying that if Putin attacks the Baltic states or any NATO member, then there will be a military confrontation. Okay. Do I want that? No. Does anybody in the world want it? Maybe Putin. He might want it. Keep that in mind. The final soundbite I want to play for you is that this is dangerous for everybody. And if there are isolationists in this country, go, oh, you know, why are we getting involved with this? This is dangerous. Roll it.
This is a dangerous moment for all of Europe, for the freedom around the world. Putin has committed an assault on the very principles that uphold the global peace. But now the entire world sees clearly what Putin and his Kremlin allies are really all about. This was never about a genuine security concerns on their part. It was always about naked aggression.
All right, so we all know now that Putin wants to put together the old Soviet Union, and he's willing to do it by force. All right. Now, these sanctions today were not strong enough. and they come from a weak president. And that's very important to understand. Joe Biden is a weak president. So the 80 million Americans who voted for him because they hated Donald Trump, they voted for a weak man to lead not only the United States, but the free world. And there's no question about that. Everyone knows he's a weak president, a weak leader. And that emboldened Putin. It didn't make Putin do Ukraine. Those people who say that Putin invaded Ukraine because of Biden, it's Biden's fault, that's wrong and unfair. Okay? But certainly it was a lot easier for Putin to invade Ukraine under Biden than under Trump. That's a fair statement and an accurate statement. If you are stuck in a timeshare and you haven't called Lone Star Transfer yet, what are you waiting for? Lone Star Transfer has helped more than 16,000 happy customers. They are family-owned, have a 99% success rate. Their process is done legally, ethically, and quickly. I mean, does it get better than that? The team at Lone Star Transfer will keep you informed every step of the way until you are legally and permanently released from your timeshare. So don't pay another penny for a timeshare you don't use. Get peace of mind today with Lone Star Transfer. They guarantee the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Give Lone Star Transfer a call for a free no-obligation consultation. 855-551-7066, 855-551-7066, or online at lonestartransfer.com. Now, this is what I would have done if I were the President of the United States. Number one, I would have cut off all dollar transactions to Russia. That means no credit cards. You use your American Express in Moscow. You have business in St. Petersburg. You're doing something in Vladivostok. You are not going to be allowed to use an American credit card or a check or anything else. No dollars to Russia. 100% freeze on dollars. Remember, the U.S. dollar is the world's currency. That's number one. Two, I would move heavy bombers, U.S. bombers, to Ramstein Air Force Base, which we control in Germany. All right? Now, this is a show of force. So you see those big bombers, and they'll sit on the runway in Ramstein. Well, everybody in the world will know this isn't just economics. He attacks a NATO nation militarily, he's going to get it militarily. So Ramstein should have a full weight of American military authority now. Now, send a message. Third, tell China and other countries if they help Russia economically, if they provide tech, if they provide loans of any kind, they will be sanctioned by NATO and America economically. Flat out tell them. Is that a threat? That is a threat. Do you have to do it publicly? You do not. You do not. I would, but I'm a little bellicose, word of the day. But you can just have a conversation with them and find out you're helping them, you're on the list. And China, that economy over there is not solid. They can't take an economic sanction like that. And that any NATO country that doesn't go along with punishing Putin is out. Forever. Gone. Okay? And all of the benefits of that protection are not afforded to them. Hello, Italy. You hearing me? Okay. So I would have done those four things, and the military aspect of what I just told you would have been controversial. Oh, you're igniting it, you're upping it. No, I'm not. I'm backing up what Biden said, and I would have said the same thing. You attack NATO, then there's a war, a shoot war. Does anybody want that? No. Nobody wants it. But what are you going to do? You're going to let this guy run roughshod over the whole world? You're going to let China do that? China will. China will. Okay. Now, I was wrong, as I told you yesterday, about Putin. And here's why I was wrong. So I'm a man who does a lot of research, and I'm a historian. And in my time with Donald Trump on the road with the Trump History Tour, I talked to him a lot about Putin, both on stage and off stage. And in my conversations with the former president, he portrayed Putin as lucid, as a man you could reason with. He did deals with Putin. Trump did. All right? So in my mind, I'm going, okay, bad guy, never liked him. You all know that. I asked Trump the toughest question anybody's ever asked him. Why are you supporting Putin? He's a killer. Remember that? All right, that went worldwide. I heard from the Russian ambassador on that one. But Putin is a killer. 250 journalists have been murdered or disappeared in Russia since he's been in charge. 250. All right? And that doesn't even begin to get into all the dissidents of people in Russia who have disappeared and been murdered by Putin. Okay. So I thought that Putin was a villain and amoral and a sociopath, but you could reason with him. You can't. Because there's no gain for Russia in invading Ukraine. They get nothing out of it economically. The whole country is portrayed as a villainous operation. Okay? They're isolated from everyone. It's going to cost them trillions of dollars that they don't have. So why would any leader, if you were looking out for your own people, do it? No leader would unless you were unstable. Saddam, Adolf, all right? We've seen them. We know them. That's what Putin is. Doesn't care about the consequences of his actions. Extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Now, Putin's got his money in Zurich, Switzerland. Not a member of NATO. Can't freeze his accounts. You go after his money. He's got a 50,000-foot vacation home on the Black Sea. 50,000 feet. I mean, this is a gangster. Okay, so I made that mistake, and I'm sorry. I'm not wrong often, and you know how happy I am when I have to say I'm wrong. But it was done out of research. It was done out of talking to the highest level of people. All right? A lot of people didn't think that Putin was going to do this. But self-destructive in the end. In the end, Putin will not prosper. You saw it today. Russian citizens took to the streets of Moscow to protest this. Of course, they were immediately arrested, and they'll be thrown in jail without any due process. That's Russia, totalitarian. All right, now, China's watching all of this. Chinese are a little bit more economically reasonable because they have 1.5 billion people, most of whom don't have electricity and can barely feed themselves. And China could go up, and the Chinese Communist government in Beijing knows it. Okay? So they got to be more careful than Putin. But they're watching. Everyone in the world, as I said, is going to get hurt economically. Everyone. We're going to pay higher prices in America for everything because of Putin and Biden. I'll get to Biden in a moment. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 8 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Stable monthly cash flow payouts with double-digit targeted bonus returns. They strategically develop in lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods. Prime new construction is short on supply and high on demand. Diversification is safety from stock market risk. They have a short and long-term strategy for returns today and down the road. Specifically designed pandemic-hardened buildings. They are 15-year industry leaders with a proven track record. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, please start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's easy, 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
So here is the final thought of the day. Don't panic. Very simple. All right, don't sell your stocks. Don't do anything. Sit tight. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't know. I can't tell you. All right? I don't know how crazy Putin is. I don't know if the sanctions will hurt him immediately, whether it'll take 6 months. Biden doesn't know. All right? I don't know what the next move is. I don't know what China's going to do. Don't know any of it. I do know that our economy is essentially strong. And I do know that the market will rise in anticipation of a Republican victory in November. I'm not telling you to buy now, because there are some bargains out there, but some other thing happens, market's down 700 points in a day. I am telling you to sit tight. Don't even look at it. I didn't even look at my statement when it came in this week. I don't want to see it, because it's going to be very, very different in August. All right? Peace of mind is very important. My daughter is texting me all day, we're going to go to war. Calm her down, okay? Calm down. All right? I believe in God. I don't think he wants a worldwide conflagration. Putin is a problem. We need to crush him economically. And I don't know whether these sanctions, I would have done more. I told you what I would have done, okay? I don't know. Nobody knows. But don't panic. It's the worst thing you can do. Panic sell, stay in the basement, live your life. Thank you for watching. We'll have a column on this whole thing on Sunday noon, and we'll see you again soon. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's noticed everything is getting more expensive. We are in the biggest economic crisis since 2008. With a government that's printing trillions of dollars, consumer prices at the highest we've seen in 30 years. Inflation certainly here. And if the government continues its out-of-control printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world's reserve currency. While paper money will eventually have a shrinkage in value, there are real tangible things that will always maintain value. So how do you protect your money, your retirement, your savings? American Hartford Gold can show you how to hedge your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Plus, tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. So please don't wait. Call them now, 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532.
Bill O'Reilly is back on TV and only on The First. No Spin News, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on The First.